Hello, good morning. Looks like we are live and good morning this Tuesday morning. It's 8:28 a.m. and we're starting with our live broadcast of Scanner and today's market. Well, the futures market was down last night and it was down pre-market. And the reason being there were news out last night about Iran was saying that there were no such talks with the U.S. government, and that just sent the market down. So yeah, going to be for a ride today, this morning, and we'll see what the market does. It will be interesting to see how the market performs. So we're waiting for the market to open. The scanner will be receiving the data as soon as the market opens. And there's going to be around 5 minutes of warm up time uh, necessary for the scanner to start sending alerts. So we should be getting alerts at around 8:35 Central Time, 9:35 Eastern Time. And that's just 5 minutes after the market opens. There were a number of stocks that were up big. Okay, we had market open into the market open now. So we should be getting the alerts in 5 minutes. So we shall see. So who's listening? You can put your name in the chat. Who's listening to today's live stream? There are only two of us right now. Let's take a look what's going on in the market. Let's look at some tickers. Okay. First, Bitcoin is at 70,720. It's up by $48. That's 0.07%. So MicroStrategy is up today, $139.22, up $1.05, which is 0.67%. So here we go. We have our alerts, and here to the left, you can see the graph, and we have SFD is up big, 5% compared to the rest. Team, which is inflation, is down 4.5%. Coals, 4.03%. PayPay, 3.77%. All right, so we have CYN. Let's take a look at CYN. I think it is a energy company, but let's take a look. CYN. It's not. It's has to do with robots and AI. Let's look at the profile. It's an AV. It's an autonomous vehicle technology company. They develop autonomous driving software in the US. Okay. It's $2 and it's up 7 cents. And that's 3.55% up today. Okay, we got our alerts coming in. Okay, we have silver is an active ticker right now. Okay, so it just updated. We have a bunch of them. These are our active three alerts. This is HL is Hecla Mining. Um, PNC is a bank. Circle. Circle is a technology company in the stablecoin arena, and they have not so long ago went had a great IPO, and they have gone down quite a lot, and I think it's going back up a little bit. Uh, we have Baidu, Schlumberger, Las Vegas Sands, and Tesla. We have Corning, it's a glass technology company. Seagate, um, this is I think it's probably a bit miner, a Bitcoin miner. Western Digital, Chewy, UPS. So silver, the ETF, I think SLV is an ETF. I think it's down. Uh, it went down our list, not, but it is down. It's it's iShares Silver Trust. It's an ETF. Yeah. So let's see what's going on now. Right now we have Albemarle, Twilio, Mastercard, Baidu, Corning, and Bit2. Let's take a look at Bit2. It's a Bitcoin ETF. It's a ProShares Ultra. So it's a Bitcoin ETF. Let's see what's going on. Charles Schwab, we got a bunch of Charles Schwab alerts. If we turn the sound on, we'll hear beeps. So we can see here the different symbols or tickers. And this one is just hit its second low for the day, the apogee. Amazon down $3, which is 1.44%. Twilio, PRGS is Progress Software, Palo Alto Networks, Paychecks, PayPal. This is Marathon Holdings. It's a Bitcoin miner. So we're getting a bunch of alerts here. So let's take a look at the. Okay. Okay. So one of our early stocks that were up big is this JEF. So at 9:35, got its first high. Yeah, the market just opened, so naturally we get our first high and first low here. First high at $40.29, and then went low 39.98, just a few cents, and then it went 40.11, and that's an accumulation. So we get this asterisk on the priority high, and that happens during the first hour and a half of the market. After that, we don't get the asterisk anymore, and that's just indicating to us that we are during the most volatile and liquid um, period, and while the market's open. And if you go to the alerts detail, um, it says that we have three alerts, and it went from 40.29 to 40.11, which is a 0.4% down. The range is 39.98 to 40.29, and it's right now slight down. The pattern progression so far is from new high to new low to accumulation. So we'll be taking a look at that, how that progresses throughout the day. So how many do we have? We have a few tickers in play. These are the tickers that are making some moves during the day. So we have Atlassian, SFD. I'm not so familiar with SFD. ConocoPhillips, Corning, JEF. This is a NEM is Newmont Mining, I think. Let's take a look. NEM. It's Newmont Corporation, and they are a gold producer. So they're in the gold, in the precious metals. And next is Bank of America, SMCI, that's Super Micro Computer, Meta, yeah, that's your Facebook for you, Salesforce.com, CRM, and Apogee on Koru. Koru was actually one of the top moving stocks yesterday. Palantir, ExxonMobil, Microsoft, Micron, Western Digital, Occidental Petroleum, Albemarle, Schlumberger, NOC's Northrop Grumman in the defense sector. Tesla is up. Tesla is moving quite a bit today. It's not a whole lot, but it's up $3.15 up. That's 0.81%. So, but it's up on the second quartile. The way the kind of works is that it divides the time from market opening to quartiles, and it will normally flag which quarter is uh, that has like some noticeable activity in it. And it's saying here that the second quartile in TSM, that's Taiwan Semiconductor, that it is up. So these are all the interesting uh, tickers or symbols that are going on right now. So we'll just go through them again. That's Nebius, Intel, United Airlines, Intuitive Surgical, JP Morgan, Google, Palo Alto Networks, Lockheed Martin, Alibaba, and Johnson and Johnson's. So those are the stocks that are moving. And in here, um, these are the market stories. These are the those that have something going on that's noticeable, that has a narrative to them. So, for example, here we see here Zoom communications, for your meetings and video calls is consolidating. Uh, it is it says bearish confirmed. There are five consecutive new lows. So if we look at Zoom here in the graph, scroll all the way here, you can see the graph here. Yep, there it is. So started here, went down, and started going back up. So if you notice the market open, right, you notice this. This is actually, we're on the 1 minute bar. So this is the first minute. And the volume is, it says right here, 245. Look at if you look at the tooltip, V is 245. That's 245, and that's in lots, so that's in hundreds. So that's 24,500 shares in Zoom. And look at the price action. This in the from the get-go, it's very bearish because it started here. There's no wick or tails up here. It just went straight down, and sellers were able to drive it all the way down. And there's no lower wick either, so it's not as if that it went down and then the buyers forced it back up. No, it exited the 1 minute period at the lowest point and started right here, right here. This is where it started in the next minute. Went up, so the buyers came in, But there were so many sellers, they started pushing it all the way back down. Okay, and then all the way down. And then when it got here, that's when the buyers came in again, push it back up, and exited here. So this is how we read the candlesticks, right? And this one here, this is what we call an indecision candlestick. This is where the 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 bullish and the bearish, the buyers and the sellers were really fighting it out, and it's kind of even, kind of like undecided. And in here, this is also a little bit better because it's green. This one is green, and this is also green. So they're both up, but not by a whole much. It's just up by a little bit. Okay, and from then it started going down, 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 and it recovered here. So this is our swing low area right here. It says S low. That's our low swing point. Later on, when we go up and then it reverses, that's going to be a high swing point. That's an S high. And it's all up here. Notice that we have our EMAs. This is the EMA 9, right? That's our moving average over the past 9 days. And then we have, this seems like the EMA 21. So for Zoom, it's above our EMA 21 right now, which is a good thing for the stock. We'll see where the VWAP is and if it goes above the VWAP. If it goes above the VWAP, it's a good sign for the stock. But right now, this is not looking so good for Zoom. So if we look at Zoom, okay, it's bearish confirmed. So the scanner has confirmed that indeed Zoom is bearish. This is the directional arc of Zoom. At 9:39, it was bearish developing. So it's still just developing. But at 9:40, it has been confirmed that it is indeed in a bearish state. And right now, there are five low of the day bars, data bars, and that all of the signals are in complete alignment, 100%. So nothing is contradicting the signals. And it's on the decline. Sympathy move, correlated names moving together. So there's a bunch of other stocks that are together with Zoom declining. And right now, that's what we have. So let's look at the other market stories. Mara consolidating, Micron, Circle, INSM. Let's look at INSM. Insmed Incorporated. It's down $4.54. That's 3.15%. That's pretty bearish. I wonder why. Instant Incorporated develops and commercializes therapies for patients with serious and rare diseases. Okay, let's look at the index. QQQ and SPX are both down, and it looks like it's trying to bottom out. So QQQ is at 583, SPX 6531.33. VIX now is at 27.72. So volatility is, it's not too bad. It's not in a, we don't have too high volatility. It's kind of okay. Let's look at over 2 weeks. Uh, it's kind of like okay in the mid area, but it's on the way up. So if it goes up further, then there's going to be a lot more volatility in the market. Nvidia, bearish developing. Yep, Nvidia is not doing so good right now. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Take a look at Nvidia. So the sellers are all up here. Can you see that? The sellers are all up here. And it during the first few minutes, one, two, three, four, five, six. For the first 6 minutes, it never really went up beyond here. It did here briefly, but it didn't sustain it. So the sellers are here, so it couldn't get past this price. So this is like a resistance right now. And it went down, tried to go up, but failed, and then continued going down all the way here. And this is right now our swing low point. So this is where we think it's trying to recover and swing back up. We don't know. It might not make that. It might go through down. If we kind of put it together into bigger bars, this is how it looks like. And if we look at the volume, this is a an expected pattern. The volume is normally the greatest during market open, and it starts to slow down or get less volume every minute. And that's expected, and that's going to happen throughout the day until midday. And then around approaching market close, we expect that the volumes to start ramping up again. So you normally have this like smile curve. And in the industry, when we calculate the volume weighted average price, we normally take that into account. We look at the volume profile in figuring out what is the average volume for that particular period in time. So yeah, so right now, this is our VWAP, this is our EMA 21, this is our EMA 9. NVIDIA is still below this moving averages, which give us clues into how this stock is going to behave or behaving. We have quite a bit of other things going on here. We have ARM, Palantir. Yeah, we are in the bearish territory right now. Let's see. Let's show let's show the graph for QQQ, the index. So this is the graph, and it's going down, and then this is the bottom. It's trying to go the way up, go way up, and so it's worth watching and see how that goes. And depending on how that goes, we can decide how we want to position ourselves for a trade. SPX, similar story. It's down from yesterday, and then it promptly went down. It's trying to recover. It's trying to go back up. We'll see how that goes. And show you the VIX. Maybe we'll look at it at a higher time frame. Let's look at it on the 5-minute candlesticks. So this is our VIX. This is our volatility index. The volatility index looks at the benchmark is the SP 500, and it looks at the put and call options and the ratio between them. I think it's the ratio of put versus call, so the number of puts per call. So the higher the number, the more negative or the more bearish the market is because there are more puts compared to the calls. And so more people are buying insurance because they are afraid of what's going to going on in the market. So for now, we're just going to watch the market. Okay. Um, and I'll let you know if there's anything that's interesting going on. But right now, we are steadily trying to claw our way back up, trying to go way back up. So let's look at our graph here to see all of them moving. So we can like, let me see. Oh, look at that. There's your Goro, and that's going up. Team Circle. Wow, Circle is not having a good day. It's not having a good day at all. That's impressive. That's 9% down. What's happening with Circle? Take a look. Okay, Circle Internet Group. They operate a platform network market infrastructure for stablecoin and blockchain applications. They're 9.65% down. That's $12. And if you look at the summary, and the news. All right, so let's keep watching this, and I'll be back. Back. And so Circle's still going down. Okay, looks like some stocks have recovered. MicroStrategy or Strategy, as it's known now, they changed their name, is actually has recovered and is up 0.68%. And Circle, I think, here has continued to go down. Yep, 9.59%. Now, this is interesting. This is a doji. That's an indecision normally that's where things kind of like pivot. And indeed, it is pivoting up. And it's trying to go above the EMA 9, right? And if that's successful, that's an encouraging sign. But that's not a whole lot. That's only the 9 days EMA. It's an exponential moving average. And just in case you're wondering what's the difference between the EMA, which is the exponential moving average, versus the SMA, or simple moving average, the calculation for exponential moving average considers the more recent data and weighs it more heavily in the calculation. So it is perfect for those calculations, like in this case, where you really care about the most recent events rather than going all the way back in time and calculating all the data bars and considering or thinking that they all mean the same, all weigh the same. So normally we would use the simple moving average for longer time frames. Like maybe I'm gonna look back like 3 months, 6 months, or maybe 2 months, something like that. But right now, these are all exponential moving averages. And we don't have the 200 EMA yet because that's going to require a lot more data bars. It's going to require 200 uh, days. And in this case, it's going to require around quite a bit, like 200 bars. So it's going to appear much later in the day, the 200 EMA. So for now, Circle is going up. So as a trader, if you're doing day trading, you need to be careful about the whipsaws because you could come in, right? You could come in and trade this when it was coming down. I mean, if you had the foresight to sell short the stock here, or maybe buy a put, whichever, and it went down all the way, then that's great. You make all this money. But if you started late and you jumped in around here, and then now you find yourself that you're caught in this going up. Well, look at that, it just went down quite a bit. And if it continued up, then you'll be in the red, and you don't want that. You don't want to get caught in that. So we are normally looking for confirmations. We're not just looking at the graph. We want to see something that validates our thesis. Okay, let's look at Palantir. Palantir is going down, and let's look at whether we can trade Palantir. Okay, um, let's look volume-wise. Heavy volume, and then over here we have a relatively higher volume, and you can see that it was like really going down hard, and then kind of like consolidated around here. So the volume is kind of like a little bit more even, but still on the downside. And then it just accelerated down again here, and then kind of like consolidated again here. So here you can see that the volume's also kind of like more even. And then it tried to go up, right? And we were here earlier, and I was saying that maybe if it succeeds in going up, you get whipsawed. But that is wrong. I mean, this is strong going down. So this is right now a good point to get in and maybe trade this. Maybe that is a good time to short the stock, or we can buy a put. And if we're going to buy a put, we have to select first our expiration. Um, Maybe we'll choose our expiration, and let's look at the chain. Let's look at the April 17. That's 24 days. That's the earliest. Okay, next is May 15th, right? So that's 24 days. That's the earliest we have, which is fine if you're going to use options to trade this. So we now have to choose our strike and what strike will best serve our purpose. Note that as you go down the strike, the more in the money that option becomes. And that is reflected by the delta, which goes all the way to one, -1 in this case for puts. Okay. And the consequence of that is the more you go down, the more expensive it becomes. So we have here our bid ask spread. So if you, let's say, want to pick the 210 strike, right, that is essentially equivalent to shorting the stock because the delta is $1 for dollar, meaning every dollar change in the underlying on the Palantir stock itself, your option also goes down in value by $1. So that's a delta for you. So if you if you want to maximize the change in the premium for your put, then you would go here, but then you will end up paying a whole lot. So it really depends on the trader. You have to go through this spectrum here and pick your spot where you want to be. If you pick 155, you have a zero point 0.5 delta. So that's a lot less change on it's a lot less sensitive to the value of the underlying Palantir stock, but this costs a lot less. So this is the spread is 875, 895. So maybe 880, 890, somewhere there, compared to 66.15 and 67.35. So so these are quoted on a per share basis, right? But since an option contract controls 100 shares, you need to multiply this by 100 to get the actual amount that you'll pay. So for the 210 strike, if you buy this, you're gonna pay somewhere between these two numbers. So this is 5,615, $5,735. So between those. So what is Palantir doing? I've been watching Palantir, see what it does, but it did make some decisive moves, but not sure where it's going now. it's it's good to compare the movement, the behavior of the stock, compare it to an index, or in this case the Nasdaq, the QQQ, because the QQQ tells you where the whole market is going. So if Palantir is bucking the trend, then you know that it's really moving strong, and it can be even independent of the market. But if it's just trading together with the index, then it's just, just one of the many other stocks that are behaving similar to the index, and you really want to focus on those that kind of like behaving independently. Right now, looks like it's going up. Palantir is going up, and so is the QQQ index. So I'd probably not short this right now or buy a put, not at the moment. If we see another leg down, that could be a good thing, but maybe not right now. Let's see how it goes. Let's see here, Palantir. So what's the story here? It's bearish extended, 19 lows of the day, 15x. That probably is the volume. And the most recent one is a MACD bearish cross. And the one before that is three consecutive down bars. And then a death cross, meaning the EMA 9 crossed below the EMA 21. So if it peters out, and it probably will peter out, if it dies down, maybe it's gonna go down lower. Yeah, they're trying to make a comeback, so probably not a good time to jump in right now. But let's just wait until this plays out. Look at Palantir here. Let's look at on the 1 minute bars. Okay, this is where it went down and then started going back up. But seems to be okay. Let's put our mark there and let's see if it goes down. If it goes down, maybe that could be our While we're doing that, let's do this. Let's generate our alert report, and then let's generate our report so that we can feed. So this here I'm doing, I'm asking the scanner to generate a PDF file containing a report of all of the tickers so far for the day. And we're going to save it. It's now in our downloads folder. And then we are going to feed it into, um, where do we put it? Oh, here. It's not this one. And then we're going to feed it onto Claude. Okay. We're going to drop the scanner PDF file into Claude. Okay. And then we'll see the summary and the feedback that AI will give us. So there you go. Okay, a full breakdown of today's scanner report. Okay, so we are risk off. Okay, that means that the market is not feeling kind of like adventurous at the moment. So that means that we they are on the defensive. Okay, the stance of the market is on the defensive side. So there are 49 tickers, 19 bullish, 25 bearish, 5 choppy. Circle is really down big, 13.7%. It's taking AI quite a while to tally the carnage. But Circle, let's move that off for a minute. Let's take a look at Circle. Maybe that's something, if that's something we want to get into, let's take a look at that. Whoa, that's a scary graph. But that, wow, look at this. Look at the volume right here. That is like really a decisive move. That's a lot of sellers dumping. And let's take a look at how much is the volume right now compared to the regular. Let's look at the. All right, so what's going on? there's nothing here in the news that jumping um, like an urgent news. So this is talking about the valuation after the recent price surge. It did go up quite a bit recently. What else is going on with it? Hmm. Well, but let's look back at AI. What did AI say? All right. So I'm out of messages until 2 p.m. Okay, pretty much used up. Okay, here's the breakdown. And these are the different stocks. It shows here the strong up, the slight up, strong up, slight up stocks, and those that are choppy. We don't want to do choppy. We don't want to like trade them because they're choppy. You want one with strong conviction that's going down like a sharp sell off or strong down or a sharp up, down strong up. So these guys, if you're on the long side, these guys would be good. So which one is good here? But even though they're strong up, I mean it's up only 1.5%, and that is not really a whole lot, given that it's a risk of day, and that's really nothing to write home about. Um, so and then the rest is here it is, this sharp sell, and circle is the worst, and so that's what it is. Broad tape read, risk of tech-led sell-off, SPY, QQQ, TQQ. Yeah, this Voyager is a Bitcoin, a crypto thing. Yeah. So what's happening with Circle? It's still going down. I can look at that here. Let's see, Palantir has gone down. Okay, it looks like it's going down now. It's going down now. Now might be a good time to get into Palantir. And if you're going to go with Palantir and maybe buy a put, maybe I'll buy. That's let's see what's good. Let's choose. Okay, Palantir, there's a green bar right there, but it's not much. You can go to 5 second candle, see how that looks like. To see the movement in detail a bit more. We can go, we can buy a put, April 17 put for maybe an 80 delta. Or maybe you don't even need to go that high. You can just go to 50 delta. And if it goes down, it goes down. It will generate some income that way as it goes down further in price. And because you're day trading this, you're not really holding it overnight. There's really no theta to consider or decay. So we're just holding the option um, because we think the stock is going to go down, and therefore, because it's a put, the option value is going to continue to go up. And if it does, we sell it at the higher price than we bought it, and that's where your profit comes in. So it's going down. Well, it's still not clear which direction it is, but let's look at Palantir. What does the scanner say? Okay, so now it says it's bearish extended. So you need to be careful when you're in the extended bearish position, because this is where you become cautious, because it can go down, but because it's already extended, it might be already on its way up. So you don't want to get in here when it's going to go into the exhaustion phase where the stock is already tired and exhausted and it can't go down anymore. It might start going the other way. So, and and if that happens, one of the things you can do is you can create a hedge on the other direction. Maybe since you bought a put, you can sell a put to limit the losses. So that becomes a bear put spread, and that can limit your losses if it goes the wrong way. I think Circle is a little bit more. Let's go back to Circle. Yeah, Circle has a few green bars. One, two, and then a red, and then a green. So that's why it's kind of like it's going sideways here. And it's already 16%, so you don't want to get caught at the end. IWM, bullish confirmed. Huh. IWM is the Russell 2000 index. And those are the small caps. Bearish, bearish, exhaustion, consolidating, bullish developing, bullish confirmed. So IWM is going up. It's an ETF of the Russell 2000. So IWM is an ETF of the Russell 2000 index. So it looks like it's going up. Circle is not really making a lot of headway, either up or down. It's kind of like treading water right now. It's treading water. All right, looks like it's going down. All right, so let's do circle. Okay, circle has this Friday expiration March 27. Can get up by a put 106. That's in the money put. Um, we can buy a put, a contract. Uh, all right, so we've been looking at Circle and Palantir. And Circle is continuing to go down. So that is actually a good candidate to buy a put on or to sell it, sell the stock short. So I'm trying to see if we're going to get in on this trade circle. Um, I'm not so sure yet. I'm not yet convinced that it's good to pull the trigger yet on this. Circle March 27, bid ask buy, limit price, mid 27. Yeah, and then the funny thing with this is like you get the feeling that the moment you decide to get in, the stock is just gonna do quite the opposite. So you really do want to get some confirmation that it's going the right way, and you're not gonna get caught in the rebound. The QQQ is going up. IWM is going up. Let's look at SPX. Yeah, it's going up. Circle, it's not yet so clear if it's gonna continue going down. Maybe we have to wait a bit more. So if we execute the trade, we'll probably buy the circle March 27, which is this coming Friday, buy a strike, the 105 put, which is this guy here. And that's going to be between 5.25 and 5.55. And if you buy it, it's going to be the mid price is this. And if you submit it and transmit it and you get filled, you pay $545 for that one option. And what you want to happen is for the stock to continue to go up. Okay, let's give it a try. Let's see, 5.82. So we bought the put option. We have it, and we have this put option. Okay, so that's pretty good. So we have it. So we'll see how that goes. If circle continues to go down, then we'll hold it and then buy it back later. No, actually not buy it back. Let's sell it. We'll sell it later, and maybe we'll have some profit there on that trade. Right now, right now it's saying that uh, looks like we'll see how it goes. If it continues to go down or up. Our graph here shows that circle is going up. So that's all right because you see how it goes up here and then later on also here goes up, but then it proceeds to go down. So if that's what it does, then that's just quite all right. And if it goes down further, then that's good. But if it goes up from here, then that's a different story. And that's when we put a stop loss, and that's when we say that when we hit a certain loss, we're gonna get out. So we just give it a little bit of breathing room to prove itself. So we'll see how that goes. And if if the loss becomes bigger than we expect, then we get out of the trade. Um, so here it went down. Okay, so maybe it's doing just that, go down, and then we can buy it, like sell it later. So right now there's 100% alignment of the of all of the alerts. There are 46 low of the day. It's saying it's fading. No, that is a bullish cross. Okay, that's not good. But hopefully that's just noise, because not all alerts mean the same thing or the same weight. So, si Ian na iniwan. Okay, so where are we? All right, it's going down. So our trade is actually getting better. It's actually getting better. So if it continues to go down, this one right here shows our circle is $23 negative, uh, but it's using the bid price there in the calculation. So we bought it at $5.83, and if we sell now and we assume uh, the worst, which is we're not able to sell it at this last price or the mid price, but instead we have to sell at the 525 bid, then we're gonna get a $58 loss. But normally you can actually sell it given the spreads at the mid. So you're looking at a lot less than the 58. Earlier it was like $70 because of the it's looking at the bid. But it has gotten better. So this number is improving. So later on when we get a positive number, and the higher the positive number, the better, then we can sell it then. So we can just like leave that for now and see how that goes. Okay, so what else is going on? Let's look at the market stories. Okay, RMBS, Rambus. Let's look at Rambus. Rambus is a memory manufacturer company, and then it's down, but it's only 0.91%. That's really small. There's not really a lot of movement there. Uh, there's not really much. So that's not a very good candidate. Uh, so if we look here, we can see the different. We can compare the different tickers and how they're behaving. Uh, Circle just went up, so it went up. So we'll see how that goes if it comes back down or if you're gonna have to sell it, hold it longer. We'll see. But here, what else is happening here? Can zoom in and see what's going on with the different uh, stocks and who's going up, who's going down. Even though there's a lot of them that has gone down, the magnitude is not a whole lot. This one, Palo Alto Networks, is 3% down. Uh, CrowdStrike, that might not be such a bad trade. Paylocity, Snowflake is down 4.41%. Okay, so here Snowflake is down. Now, is that likely gonna go up? or is it likely gonna go down? It's below the EMAs and the VWAP. It could go down. Take a look at snow. Okay, this is the 5 minute candles on snow. Look at it like 1 minute candle, maybe 2 minutes. Right, so down and kind of like going sideways here, a little bit up and then still sideways. And that's 4.5% down. That's $7.89. Okay, let's see what does it say. Bearish, neutral bearish. Snow is leading a 50 stock decline. AMD, Google, Gold, and other 46 others. Uh, I think maybe it's going down. Look at Snowflake. It's $166 right now for the March 27. If we think it's going to continue going down, we can buy a put option and look at the spread. 445 to 535. That's a $90 spread, so you get it in the middle. That's like 45 bucks. So that's 490, right? The volume today is 23, so 23 contracts changed hands today. The total open contracts, the open interest is 171. Compared to the others, there's more interest in the higher strike here. And then obviously, as you go up, there's less interest. So you can see that it's like a bell-shaped curve right here. Uh, the advantage of buying 167.5 is you pay a lot less. That's an 85 spread right now. This is a 70 spread. This is a 60 spread. Yeah, I'm looking to see whether the spread is getting better. Like the IV or the implied volatility for the at the money is 70%. So that's a pretty good volatility. And the problem is that if you're buying a put, the theta is big, okay? So it's decaying really fast. And that's a problem if you're gonna hold it overnight. But if you're gonna hold it for only for quite some for only a small amount of time, then that's not really gonna be much of a problem. You're really looking for the change in the price to give you that the profit. So if we go for 167.5 put, don't know if I want to pull the trigger on this, but it seems to be going down still. I'm not sure I want to do that because it's bearish developing and then it became neutral. So I'm not so sure. The graph is looking like it's suggesting it's gonna go down, but I can't be so sure. So we'll wait. Circle is going back down, so it went up a bit, and our losses, our unrealized losses went up, but it's improving. So it might be going down now. So the mid price has gone down from $5.27 to 5.05. So that's $22 right there. So if we buy it, I wonder if you can buy it at $5. And okay, let's go for it. Five. Let's see if we can buy it at $5. It's okay. The order is there, but it's not getting filled yet. Oh, we're now out of the spread. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, $5. Oh, it went up a bit. 5.15. Let's go for 5.10. Okay, let's go 5.30. 5.40. Okay, that's it. Okay, we got it. 5.40. Okay, so let's see how that. So we have two trades. We bought puts for both circle and snow. So we have snow here. We bought it for $5.41 and circle for $5.83. Okay, so right now it's now 28 bucks uh, if you reckon against the bid, and we're down $61 against the 480 bid. That's the spread 480 and 550. But if we sell at the mid, right, then our loss is a lot less than 61. But uh, this one doesn't calculate it against the mid because it wants to look at the view of the world here is that what if I sell it and I sell it at the worst possible price? Then that's the maximum loss you're looking at. Okay. Our circle is a lot better now. It's now 13 bucks. So circle is continuing to go down a bit. Yes, now it's going down. So that's proving our thesis may be correct. We'll have to see which way it goes. Yeah, so you see, this is really very important to have a good scanner because it tells you what's going on and you can decide how you're going to play it. Gives you a better view of what's happening. Voyager is not doing very well itself. Yeah. Voyager is like, it's a pretty ugly looking chart. Okay. So I think we want to see it a little bit more steep so we can really see the shape. Uh, and I think this gives us a pretty good shape of the curve. Right. Okay. Voyager. Bitcoin is not Crypto is not really having a good day right now. It's down 1%, $738. It's now at 69,905. That's down from earlier today, which is around 71,000. Uh, yeah, that's down from yesterday. Voyager is bearish. It has a bowl shape. Yep, it has a bowl shape. Maybe it's gonna go up. All right, our snow is now positive. Well, at least on my other screen, but on this one, snow is 21. Circle is 100. The circle is continuing to go up, but snow is getting better. So maybe they'll cancel each other out. Don't know about Voyager yet. If we should what we should look into next. We should look into Voyager. I'm back. So let's see what's going on. Snow has gone down quite a bit. We are $52 in the green with snow and $24 in the red for circle. So I can show you here, uh, right here, snow is $58 in the green and circle is $30 in the red. Uh, so that's all right. It's not too bad. So let's see how the rest goes. Uh, yeah, Voyager has gone up. Okay, so maybe the market is like, maybe the market is recovering. Take a look at the market, where it's headed. Yeah. SPX is definitely on the recovery side, and QQQ is, yeah, it's still trying to go back up there to go positive. So it's still negative right now. Snow is making, I think, a decided move to the downside, but Circle is not yet. And here, Snow is in the green, and Circle still in the red. That's fine. We're gonna wait. Okay, on my broker's platform, two trades are both positive now. So it's now is 56 in the green and circle is 18. So that's good. And in here where it looks at the bid, circle is 21.95 and this is 18.95. So that means that are they're both in the green now, and both circle and snow they are still on the way down, relatively speaking. Corning GLW is 10.5% up. Looking pretty good. That's actually looking very, very good. But it's saying, but it's saying exhaustion. So yeah. So GLW is looking really good. Corning. So, but the thing is, it's saying exhaustion. 29 times low of the day. Hmm. I wonder why low of the day. Huh. Okay, consolidating. Okay, so it's bullish. At 11:50, it's I don't know, maybe it's worth getting into JLW. What do you think? Let's try JLW. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's the allergies, man. All right, so we're looking at GW, March 27, option chain. And if we want, we can buy a call option, or we can also do a bull call. If What happens if we buy uh, a bull call deep in the valley? Uh, this is 985.11. So if 136 strike, you buy that, and then let's say you sell the 141. What's that gonna be like? Let's take a look. GLW is still looking good. Warning, GLW. It just got a golden cross. EMA 9 crossed above EMA 21. And the EMA 9 is the more sensitive one, the one that reacts more to the movement of the price. And that's and the EMA 21 is relatively more stable. So the fact that the EMA 9 crossed over it, that means that's the general direction is that it's going up. All right, right now, our scanner is telling us that there's institutional accumulation, which is pretty apparent in the way the curve has been behaving. If you look at the curve, I mean, this is a steady move up. This is not a slow grind. It's not like uh, it's highly contested. It's just like moving up. So yeah, it's an institutional accumulation. So we can actually, it's probably not a very dangerous thing to get into GLW now. And if we pick, normally I would pick a delta close to 80 for something that I'm going to be holding long. But that costs a lot of money, and I'm not going to be holding this long. It's going to be a day trade. So maybe I can go with this at the money cheaper. And if it continues to go up, the gamma can actually manufacture my delta because the gamma here is the maximum of 0.035, which is relatively speaking high, but it's not really that high in absolute terms. It's actually quite small because this is already going to expire in 3 days. So let's just wait for the the graph to turn really positive before we pull the trigger, if we're gonna pull the trigger. Okay, so it just gave us a snow bearish confirmed. And we know that because right now snow is showing us $100 positive. Excuse me. So now at 100 and our circle is 67. So it's looking good for those two trades. Let's just wait for GLW to go up higher. So yeah, circle is still going down 19%. So I really like going here and looking at the graphs and see where all of them are going relative. JLW is going down, so uh, we're not doing anything on that yet. Okay. Snow is doing well. Continue to go down. Circle also. We might consider opening another position on snow. Right? So right now, May 27, no, March, sorry, not May. And right now we have 167 put. We can probably get the 165. It's at, if we buy this, we're going to be buying 370 compared to Snow. We bought it earlier at 541. So it's cheaper. It might be worth it. And then we can just like sell this also. So we can do that. So buy bid, bid price 352. Okay, we got filled and here it is. We have this one. So we have to. So now we have 111 here, 94, that's 200 so far. So that's good. And then also with Circle, we might open another position there at some point soon. Circle is going up a little bit. So I don't want to give up the 56 bucks. So maybe we might end up selling that soon. 105 put. We bought it at 583. We might be able to sell it at 642. So that's something like $60. So let's take a look at Circle. What's it doing? Ah, this allergy is like really killing me. All right, I'm gonna sell circle now. Another if I put 670, 625, sell it at 625, 620. All right, so we sold it and we made 41 bucks on that trade. Okay. Okay. Snow is going up a little bit too, and I don't want to lose the $100. So we're gonna sell that also, and we'll leave the. So we're gonna sell this. We bought it at 541. We sell it at 630. Okay, got hit. It sold. So we have $129. So from the so we made $88 and $41 on these two trades. So that's $129. Well, that's a good way to demo it. Uh, in the meantime, we still have the 165 call. So here it shows that we executed this, so we're gonna like refresh it. So we just have this one left, one position, see how that goes. If snow continues to go down, then we're gonna make money off that too. GLW started going down, so that's good that we didn't sell it. Oh, we didn't buy it, rather. Doesn't look like it's a very good trading day today with all the risk off sentiment of the market. Oh, lemonade emerging. Huh, okay. Lemonade is an insurance company. Uh, they're one of the more modern ones who use the internet more uh, effectively than the older players. Huh. That's kind of choppy, right? I mean, it doesn't give you a very good indication one way or the other. It's just very choppy. It's above, it's under, it's above, it's under, it's above, it's under. It has lower lows, lower highs. So, that you have this, and then you also have this, and then you have this. So, don't know if it's going to actually respect that channel going up. It could just like break down here and continue to go down. So, but that's how it's looking like. So maybe it's gonna go up. We'll see. From the graph itself, it's not so obvious exactly where the buyers and sellers are. Uh, Maybe around this area where the sellers are, and maybe around this area where the buyers. But it's not so apparent. It's not so obvious. So yeah, we're gonna do a pass on lemonade for now. Google bearish. Look at Google. Yep. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then I don't know, it's gonna go up or down. Let's see. Snow continues to go down, so we're now green on that 165 call. So I don't know if it's gonna continue going up. So let's take a look. All right, just in case you want to sell it, this one we bought at 3.52. Okay, it's 360. That's only $8. But that's better than a negative. If it's gonna continue to go up, I might wanna exit. Let's go exit 360. Okay, so we are now up 144 for those three trades. And my other positions are all green, so I'm good. I'm not trading a whole lot today because the market is just so choppy. All right. I have other positions here. Maybe I want to like close them and get the positive. Uh, I have this put, which is up $22 right now. I sold the put 100. Let's see. Let's get in this. Show you in this right now. Right. And this is right now $114.38. Uh, this one I did it last week, and I sold a put, a cash secured put for 104 strike. All right. This is a bullish position. That means that I'm betting that Nebius is not gonna go below 104, and in fact, it's gonna go up. And so essentially, what's that saying is that I'm acting like an insurance company. I'm standing ready to buy 100 shares of Nebius at $104 if it goes below $104. So whoever bought that put option that I sold will essentially be able to sell it to me at 104, even though the price is much lower. So that's a good thing for that person because Nebius is below 104 and he's going to be able to sell it to me for 104. So it's going to be protected from that loss. But it didn't go down. It in fact it's above 104, and because an option is a decaying asset. Since then, it has decayed and meaning its value has depreciated. So if I want to exit this position, and I do that by buying it back, I'll buy it at a cheaper price. And right now, how much is it selling for? So let's look. If I want to close this position, I want to buy it. I'm gonna buy it at 103. So 103, take that from from 21. You remove 3 from 21, 17, 18 cents. So and the commission is like $1. So if I exit this right now, I'll be able to get that much. Boom. So it's sitting there. It's not doing anything. Uh, I can go 106, but then that's gonna, maybe I'll just wait a little bit longer. Because if I go to the win price, I don't want to be too aggressive. 105, that's $16. Uh, 109, let's do it, 109. Still not doing it. 117, no way. Let's just exit this. Boom. So I exited that position. I didn't make much from that. Let me see, how much did I make from that? I made $3 on that trade. I can do another Nebius, but, but this one is the same as this one, right? So if I show you, uh, I can group this into this one, Nebius. It's a 124, 134 bear call. So if I combine this together, there it is. It's a bear call. Basically, it's the same thing. Uh, it's showing me $81. This one shows me $85. I can exit that now. And what's the maximum that I can get from this? Uh, So this is a short, so the most money I can make from this leg is whatever I got from it, which is $229. And and then I paid 71 on this. So my total basis is this 158. I received a credit for 158. If I want to close it now, I'll get 80 bucks or 85 bucks. If I wait until Friday and it's still in the money, then I'm gonna make 113, $158. So do I want to wait? Yeah, I can wait, I guess. RTX, that's that's $73. Oh, that's the same here. See, the same here. That's what I stand to make if I keep holding this. Um, so what are the chances that Nebius is gonna go above $124? Let's look at 2 weeks. Yeah, it goes about around here. If it goes around there, yeah, then my bear call spread will be come in the money, and that's not good for me. Right now it's 113, so that's good. It's in the bear call is out of the money. If any of you guys don't understand options, I can you can attend my class, and I teach options class, and you'll be able to understand all of what's going on with options. Yeah, so we can always open more spreads if we think that it makes sense. Let's put this back out here, here. All right. So we're good so far. Let's look at Google again. Bearish developing. Yeah, it's still. I want to buy a put for Google. What if we put another bear call of Nebius? Fun. Let's take a look at fun. Six Flags. Yeah, that's a pretty good looking graph for Six Flags. Look at Six Flags. How about that? That's a pretty good looking graph. That's a pretty good looking graph. 3.64%. There might be some more legs in that. Uh, maybe if we should trade fun better than Google. So look at fun. Bullish at around 10:10 New York time. That's at 11:32. That's like over an hour ago. Uh, Neutral bullish and then bullish confirmed, extended exhaustion, and then bullish again and extended. So now we're extended current time 11:52, right? That's New York time, so almost noon. So it's now 12:33 in New York. So uh, yeah, 30, 38 or so minutes ago, maybe 40 minutes ago. There's a surge. Momentum fading. Ah, it's a little bit fading. Sympathy move, correlated names moving together. Yeah, but it's fading now. Uh, does it look like it's fading? I don't know if we can squeeze a little bit more out of it. Don't know. Oh, the option of this one doesn't look very good. It's very thin. Uh, April 17th is the expiration. You might be better off just buying the shares. You buy 100 shares, that's 1,741. Let's watch it. Visa, bullish, confirmed. Let's take a look. Why am okay? It's Visa. Okay, Mastercard leading to stock surge. So it's actually Mastercard that's leading. See, yeah, it's the one. It's the leader. Oh, pipeline. That's very flat. I mean, why is that a leader? It's like 0%. Yeah, it's exactly at zero. I don't know why that's a leader. That, that's interesting. AU Progress Software. All right, folks, I think that's gonna be good for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay? All right. Bye.